You're live, Pooja.
Oh, we are live? Thank you. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Namaste and welcome everybody. My name is Pooja and I'm a Mohanji Acharya. Today I'm joined by my Acharya sister Mina from Serbia. And Mina and I are going to be talking about veganism. In fact, I have a series of questions that I'm going to ask Mina to learn more about veganism and hopefully inspire all of you to learn and perhaps follow a vegan lifestyle. So hi Mina, welcome.
Hello, thank you so much.
How are you?
Hi everyone who's watching.
All right, Mina. So to start off, if you can share with me about your journey to vegan lifestyle. If you started off, I actually don't know. Did you start? Was Mohanji the inspiration behind you turning vegan?
It all became when my brother went vegan, and at the time I was reading Mohanji's Power of Purity book, and I was constantly being told by my brother that I should become a vegan, but I was vegetarian at the time, and I wasn't thinking I could ever go vegan. And while I was reading Mohanji's book, this inspiration came to me to actually become a full, complete vegan. So that's how it all started. And I'll just give a brief of on Mohanji and what he means to me in this sense. So, I mean, for me, Mohanji is, if I can say, a person or an incarnate who lives completely a complete selfless life with no selfish intentions or actions. And he was, even though even though the Power of Purity book itself made me go vegan, he was a much greater inspiration behind that. And the fact that I'm vegan today is because of him as well. So yeah, I definitely owe him a big thanks for that.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, you know, Mina, I came across a situation where I had to visit one of my friends' place, and a few of us were together. And so I was just having a conversation. Now, all these friends are they are heavy meat eaters. So when I went to their place, I was talking about becoming a vegan, and they got so confused. They didn't know what veganism is. So I thought that maybe perhaps you can start. You can shed some light on what veganism is. And how is it different from being a vegetarian or somebody that follows a plant-based diet?
Well, a plant-based diet, vegetarianism is first of all refraining from the use of meat, eggs, sometimes eggs. Some vegetarians do eat eggs in some parts of the world, and fish, of course, they don't eat fish. And plant-based diet compared to veganism there's a large difference, because vegans do not cause harm to animals, or how can you say, they do not do anything at all, not only related to a diet. They do not wear silk, down, feathers. They don't participate in any cruelty towards animals in any way, including the cosmetics they use. They use cruelty-free cosmetics not tested on animals, while sometimes those who follow a plant-based diet, their lifestyle only is regarding food they consume. So that would be the main difference in my understanding.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So is honey considered vegan or no?
No, so vegans don't eat anything that belonged or came from animals.
Okay.
No milk, no yogurt, no milk products, dairy products, meat, fish, eggs, and no honey.
Okay. And you sort of touched on to my next question. I was going to ask you if you consider veganism as a lifestyle. So, and when I say a lifestyle, I mean that it's not only about what you consume on the inside, but it's also what you consume on the outside, in the sense making sure that you use makeup which is cruelty free, or even the furniture in the house, to make sure you don't use leather furniture or anything. So am I correct in saying that veganism is a lifestyle?
Yes, exactly. Vegans don't even visit zoos, don't visit circuses. They don't buy cars which are produced of leather mostly. They don't buy furniture which is made out of leather. They don't buy clothes which came from animals. So basically, they're fully conscious of whatever they use in a daily life, and they are fully conscious not to harm any sentient being through any aspect of life.
Okay, perfect. This is my personal question, actually. I grew up in a vegetarian household, and we eat a lot of clarified butter. Now I am okay to I have almost I don't have milk or yogurt anymore, or cheese, but I cannot seem to give up clarified butter, because it's so ingrained in our cooking. It's part of our everyday meal. So I wanted to know what suggestions you would have for me when it comes to clarified butter.
Yes, well, I would suggest trying some alternatives, such as coconut butter. Even coconut oil is perfect. Sometimes when I cook Indian food, I use coconut oil, which has the same taste like butter or ghee, the clarified butter, and it's very tasty. So sometimes I use coconut oil, but anyway, you can use even almond butter or cashew butter, anything that suits you. You can just try everything and see how it goes. And yeah, the taste is pretty much the same.
Okay, all right. So for the next session, I thought I will do something like a myth buster. So you have to tell me whether it's a fact or it's a myth. Okay, so we'll start off with the first, where usually people say that if you're a vegan, you don't get your daily requirements of calciums and protein. Is it a fact or is it a myth?
No, it's actually a myth. I'm vegan for 4 years and I never lacked any protein or calcium. I'm perfectly healthy. I didn't have any problems. Even my blood is perfect. Everything is in perfect order. And even I know some people who are vegan for over 20 years and they never lacked a thing. They're perfectly healthy. The thing is about a vegan diet. Some people jump into it thinking that they will be unhealthy, but you can very easily be unhealthy even in a normal or meat-eating diet, where you can definitely lack some vitamins or nutrients, even eating meat, because we anyway have to make sure our diet is of high quality, or it includes all the nutrients. So the thing of being careful what you eat and whether you're healthy is not only it should not be only applied to vegans, but to all people, because we all need to make sure we consume the right food, right, with all the nutrients. So I know many people who are meat eaters and they're pretty unhealthy, and they lack some vitamins. They're not their system is not balanced. So yeah, you can definitely be healthy and unhealthy in both, in meat eating diet and a vegan diet. So it's only up to your research or taking care of yourself.
Oh, that's a really good answer. What about when people say that vegan food is tasteless? I mean, I don't agree with that, but I wanted to know what your opinion is on that.
Well, I thought so too. Actually, when I first went vegan, I only did it for the animals. I didn't care. I literally didn't care what I will eat. I said I'm going vegan, and even if I eat potatoes till the rest of my life, I don't care.
Yeah.
But and I was eating potatoes all the time. I don't know, first 2 months or something. I mean, not only potatoes, but things like we already tried before going vegan, and it was not so tasty at the beginning because I didn't know how to cook vegan. I didn't know anything about a vegan, tasty vegan diet. So then I started working on it. I started looking for some new recipes, and the variety of foods I discovered is amazing. It's like, it's amazing. It's so tasty and so delicious. You can really enjoy food even on a vegan diet, and much more. You can enjoy it much more because when normally people who follow a meat eating diet, they are kind of used to certain flavors and certain foods, and they don't bother to experiment and try other different foods. I know for myself, for example, when I was eating meat, I was only eating meat and some little vegetables or something. I was never inspired to experiment. And after I became vegan, I discovered so many things, and I was like embarrassed for not knowing about the existence of these foods before. So it's really crazy how much we can learn through by going vegan also.
No,
So it's
I agree with
tasteless, and definitely not tasty.
No, I agree with you. It's really tasty, and I've had it. We had it at the Serbian Acharya training, and the food was really good. So definitely.
Yeah. Well, that food, I mean, that food was 70 or 60% tasty.
Oh, is that right? Okay, I thought it was all vegan. Okay.
Everybody said it's so tasty, but then compared to what I tried before, it's not perfectly tasty. I mean, there are so many. I mean, not everybody will now know what we're talking about, the food that we tried at the actual training, but yeah, there are some really tasty foods in a vegan diet.
Okay, that's great. What about when people say that a vegan food is expensive? Do you think it's a myth or a fact?
Well, it can be true and it can be false, because if we're going vegan and we're looking to buying only the already processed products, such as, I don't know, vegan milk, vegan cheese, and the vegan butters, and if we're feeding ourselves only that, it will be expensive, because people people took time to prepare those things, like in any other product. You have to, if somebody put efforts in producing your food, you have to kind of pay more for that, and plus vegan food is not so popular, so then people charge it more, right? So in that sense, it is expensive, but then we also have so many other foods that we can buy, which are not expensive, such as rice, pasta, and vegetables, fruits, nuts. These things are, I mean, we anyway eat them even in a meat eating diet. So in that sense, vegan food is not expensive. So I think what I do, I keep some kind of balance between the two. I don't shop for vegan milks and cheeses all the time. But I do it occasionally when I miss these things. But you can still, like, for example, you can still, if you have the time, you can still create or make your own vegan milk out of nuts, or create your own vegan cheese also out of nuts or something else. So you don't have to purchase these products all the time, which are a bit more expensive. So it's only about, I feel, the organization, or organizing your expenses.
Okay, right. There is usually a question asked to the vegans, probably on a more of a criticizing tone. The question is, why is it okay to eat plants who have feelings and not eat animals when they have feelings? What would you have to say about that?
Well, well, first of all, if the person asking this really cares about the plants, then then we must know that much more plants are used for producing meat than they are for producing a vegan diet, because we have to these animals that we eat, we have to feed them so much of food, actually tons of food we had to feed them in order to get only 1 kilogram of meat, which means like there are some people who kind of calculated this, and they say that 5 kilogram of plants are needed for the production of only 1 kilogram of meat, then which means we are actually killing more plants by eating meat. You know, we're eating, when we're eating a vegan diet, we're killing or using many less plants than we are for a meat eating diet. So this is first, and secondly, I guess there are people who, for example, they believe that, I mean, obviously when you pluck an apple from a tree or a tomato, you don't actually kill the whole plant. The plant still exists, but you're just using it. You're using its fruits or its products. So in that sense, we can, I believe that we can easily use whatever nature is giving us while still not destroying the plants. But then if we consume carrots or onions or potatoes, then we can say that we're actually destroying those plants as whole, which means then we have to plant it again, but then the particular plant that we ate is not existing anymore after we use it. So in that sense, I guess it would be the most ethical way to live would be not to eat potatoes and carrots and you know, these fruits. But I personally believe that since the science has not they say that plants don't have a nervous system, and they can't feel pain. But of course, some people are saying that they can feel pain. So it's really kind of I don't know, anybody can believe what they want to believe. I personally think that we can use plants for our health and for our well-being, means for our existence, because we are anyway on this planet, and you cannot compare a plant to a crying eye, which is right in front of you, screaming to you, asking you not to murder it and not to use it for food. You know, when you look at an animal and you see its pain and its terror, you can't really, I mean, I can't compare it to a plant. And also the thing that I said in the beginning, that we're saving more plants when eating a vegan diet.
Okay. So if there's somebody out there who's considering a vegan lifestyle, is there like a documentary or an article, a movie, or any source that they can get inspiration from?
Yeah, there are plenty of movies. I watched a couple of them. So the new one is very, very good. It's called The Game Changers. It's really nice. It's about the sportsmen talking about how it's a complete myth that athletes cannot live a healthy life and cannot be full of energy to perform on a vegan diet. So this is one, and there are two movies about health-related movies, which are called Forks Over Knives and What the Health. And there's also one documentary about the environment, how a vegan diet or a non-vegan diet influences the environment in so many aspects, and it's the meat eating diet is actually destroying our planet. And this movie is called Cowspiracy. And there's one movie about animals which is called The Earthlings. It's basically presenting all the terror and the suffering that animals go through. So these are the kind of main movies in a vegan world.
Fantastic. I'll go through some of your suggestions, definitely. So what would like, for those that are having a little bit difficulty becoming a vegan? I mean, a lot of them, as you said, you used to be a meat eater and you became a vegetarian and then you became a vegan. Is there a practical approach? Like, for example, if they are thinking about becoming a vegan, is there a practical way that they can achieve that? Perhaps go vegan. In the beginning, just go vegan 1 day per week and then slowly start from there. Is there any practical steps that you recommend?
Well, if people if it's easier for people to switch to a vegan lifestyle by taking it slow, and I mean, of course they can do that, but I always recommend doing anything that you believe in, that you strongly believe in, and that you really love to do, just like that. You just do it, you know. I don't recommend any any kind of postponements and waiting with that, because it's just, I don't know, I just find it very much better to do something that you believe in right away without waiting. But regarding how to, or if somebody wants to go vegan but they don't know how, first of all regarding all the information about veganism, you can definitely look online and you can find anything online. It's like from recipes to how to take care of your health, and so many different aspects on how you can thrive on a vegan diet. But on this, regarding this mental aspect on how to make yourself go vegan, I would recommend thinking about the animals, because there are certain people who follow a vegan lifestyle, who live a vegan lifestyle for 3 reasons: environment, health, and animals. But I found it, in my experience, I find it that people who are vegans for their health or the environment do not follow this lifestyle for a long time, especially those people who are vegans for health. It's actually kind of a, I can't say selfish reason, but it's kind of a selfish reason, because we won't stay on that path forever. We will slowly, you know, start eating meat again, because we don't have a reason strong enough to keep us here. But what I did, for example, in my experience, I just put myself in the position of the animals, and I thought of them as victims. I tried not to think of myself as a victim. Oh, what will I do now without milk, without meat? You know, whenever these thoughts would come, oh, what will I do without, you know, some products? I would just go back to that state. But what are animals going through? You know, are you crazy? You're thinking about what will you eat? But then how are they feeling? Do they even have a choice of saying or expressing themselves, or telling whether they want to go through this horrible thing or on a daily basis? So this particular kind of mindset inspired me to stay on this path, and to even initially go vegan, because if I did it for my own health or something else, it would definitely not last for a long time.
Okay.
So that I recommend, I recommend, if you truly believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then don't do it. It will not work. But if you truly believe in it, do it. You know, don't even think, or don't even wait, because it's I mean, animals would love that so many people go vegan, because they're really expecting us, the human race, to take the responsibility. So I would say just go for it.
No, absolutely, and I totally agree with you. It has to come from within to make this change. A lot of time, I also find that people just get attracted if there is a Bollywood actor or a Hollywood actor turning vegan, and you think it's like a fashion statement, and they follow that suit. I don't think that lasts. I think it has to come from within you, inside of you.
Exactly, because then
Yeah,
if it tells you, oh, a vegan lifestyle is great,
yeah,
you should try it. But if you try it and if you follow it without actually knowing what impact are you giving to the environment, to the animals, to your health, then if you don't have the strong or clarity on why you're doing it, then it will not
it would, yeah.
last, and it's only a waste of time.
No, definitely. No, I agree with you. What happens? Is there a way that Mohanji Foundation can help people that are really considering becoming vegan in their vegan journey? Is that something that we offer?
Well, Mohanji Foundation as a foundation does not um, uh, do that exactly, like supporting people to become vegan. It is definitely promoting veganism as a lifestyle, and Mohanji is always talking about that. But it cannot really, I mean, help people exactly in that way to support them become vegans. But for those from India, they can always look for a company called Vegan First, which is available online, which can definitely help you go through this journey on a easier, and it would be much smoother. And they publish so many great things such as recipes and articles, and so many sources of inspiration. On a global basis, well, we don't have we actually created this global vegan club recently, but it's not very active right now, so that's why I wouldn't recommend. I would, for now, I would say if anybody would like to go vegan right now, you can either follow Vegan First, or you can just do a research online. It's a great thing to discover it yourself, and sometimes it's really fun. Actually, you come across so many things and so many celebrities who are already vegan, who are speaking about that. Joaquin Phoenix is a really great inspiration, and so many different actors and singers. So and I mean, of course, you can if anybody wants support from Mohanji Foundation, you can, if you know people who are already vegan and involved in Mohanji Foundation, they can always contact them directly if they have access to them. I'm sure they would be.
Yeah, I'm sure we would be happy to. Yes. And do you think is veganism connected to spirituality?
Yeah, definitely it is.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we must look at the what this food is doing to our body. First of all, to our body, and then to the environment or our planet. So first of all, when we're consuming foods that came from actually violence, and these animals that who were killed at the time, who were killed for our food at the time of their death, their whole system was producing the fear hormones into their blood, into their muscles, and the whole body. And when we consume such food, we are actually consuming all the fear, or all the anxiety, the terror, the kind of this suffering, and all these low frequency emotions we're consuming into we're consuming. And as we know, our cells are actually with time becoming what we consume, right? So when we consume them, then our whole body becomes contaminated, and it's really hard to then erase these feelings from us. That's why sometimes when we eat meat, we might become angry or frustrated, and we never know why these emotions are coming. It might be coming from the animals that we eat. So it's really very much connected. And plus, not only on a personal level, on a global level, when we consider so many animals, billions of animals sitting in these slaughterhouses being killed every single day. It's really reducing the planet's vibration. And while some people are at the one end of the world trying to meditate and trying to connect to God and trying to, you know, increase some other people at the end of the world are eating meat and actually participating in killing the animals. And then it's not actually for those who want to raise their vibration and kind of grow in awareness, then a vegan lifestyle is a necessity.
Oh, no, perfect. So these were all the questions I had for you, Mina. Thank you so much for joining me. This was really great. I got to learn so much from you. And to all the viewers that have joined us today, if you want to learn more about Mohanji, you can check out the official website www.mohanji.org. Thank you so much, Mina.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you, Jai Mohanji.
Thank you, Jai Mohanji.
Jai Mohanji.